Hi everyone, meteorologist Ed Valley here taking a look at the Northeast. We have a lot going on. We're going to get right to it. So winter weather advisories are not up yet. Those are in purple. We are watching winter storm watches though expanding across all of southern New England now, except for Hartford and Litchfield County in Connecticut and then western Mass. The trend today was further west with this storm, maybe 50 miles, but that matters especially for places like Philly, Allentown, New York, Hartford, etc. Okay, so as we press forward here, I would expect most of these warning or watches to be converted to warnings, especially here. Okay, especially here. This is the area I'm pretty confident we're going to see warnings come out. Now, Philly, Northwest Jersey, Northwest Connecticut, and the western part of Massachusetts, this area here may end up being an advisory. I don't work for the NWS. That's my hunch. Don't quote me on that. That's just my internal hunch based on what I see and what I know and how they do things. So that's all semantics really, because at the end of the day, it's either going to snow or it's not. So let's go through it. So we have two camps, really. We have the GFS model and we have the European model. One of these models, I tell you what, is going to be laughed at after this storm is over. The European model had basically a foot of snow for all of New Jersey, all of New England, except for far northern and western Vermont yesterday. Whereas the GFS at one point had literally no snow for anybody. So both models have been bad on the opposite spectrum, and it's made the little hair that I have either fall out or be pulled out. So it's been bad. So, okay, let's go through. We're going to show you the GFS first. I think this is too far southeast. So that's number one. Snow breaks out during the evening in the mid-Atlantic, and then overnight across southern New England. And then as the storm gets going, that heavier snow, according to the GFS, just gets back to the Jersey Shore, western Long Island, southern New England, eastern and central Connecticut, central and eastern Mass, all of Rhode Island, and coastal Maine, and down east Maine. So this solution is on the lower end of things, so keep that in mind. However, even that still provides a decent amount of total precipitation. So we use the total precipitation to kind of get an estimate of, okay, what are we working with for the foundation of our snowfall forecast? And as I pull this up for you, you'll see what I mean. Okay, we're back. I had to go to a different source because, funny enough, with the snowstorm going on, our normal source for data is being bogged down and won't work right now because so many people are looking up the snowfall information. So anyway, you can see here on the GFS, the amounts are low. They're only a tenth in Philly, a tenth in New York, about a half an inch out in southeast Connecticut, 6/10 in Providence, and about 9/10 in Boston. So this type of solution would be a much lesser snowfall type solution. Okay. Do we believe it? We do not. Okay. So that's the big thing here. And if you look at it in terms of snowfall, same type of idea, an inch or two back west. You really got to be in eastern Mass or southeastern Connecticut and Rhode Island and Long Island to get any meaningful snow. So we do not think that this is correct. So one of our more bullish models that has been on the higher end of things is the European. And here you can see it's just further west. Instead of that back edge being Philly to New York, it's back closer to Allentown or even close to Albany. So it's a little further west, but you notice the heaviest of the snow is in eastern New England, and that's really where this thing's going to wrap up. A 967 low is impressive, and that's not only going to be a snow concern, that's going to be a big wind concern out of the north, okay? And this winds down Saturday night. So how much does the European have? Well, you see it's a lot more than the GFS. Instead of 0.1, it's 0.4 in Philly. Instead of 0.1, it's 0.6 in New York. Instead of 0.6, it's 2.1 in Providence and nearly 2.3 inches of liquid in Boston. Yeah, that's quite a bit. The other thing here, just to keep in mind, will be the wind gusts with this system. And you can see they're going to be very impressive. I have it zoomed in on central or parts of New England here. Let me zoom it out to the northeast so you can get a better look. During the day on Saturday, we're going to see gusts 30, 35 inland, 40 to 70 along the coast. So between the wind and the snow, there's going to be blizzard conditions for sure. Yeah, this is a legitimate storm. So here's what our total forecast looks like. We nudged it back west. Allentown 1 to 3, Baltimore 2 or 3. DC, an inch or 2. Philly, 3 to 6. New York, closer to 6. Atlantic City, 9 to 12. Hartford, 9 to 12. Southeast Connecticut, Rhode Island, 12 to 18. You can extend that up to the the North Shore of Mass, Southeast New Hampshire, and Portland, Maine. And then locally, 18 to 24 inches, somewhere between about Taunton, Providence, and Boston, wherever that coastal front sets up. Very, very impressive snowfall event. And as we look at some of our other views, as we always do, you can get a zoomed in look at your location. And then up north, you see this. Again, we did nudge things a little further west up north, but still this is a eastern New England and southern New England mid-Atlantic type storm. Not for you guys up in Vermont and New York. So that's what we got for you today. Much more coming your way tomorrow. If you have questions, just let us know.